Stop for a moment and consider this. "12 people have walked on the moon." "12 human beings stepped out of a capsule, took a step into the absolute silence of space, and left footprints on a surface no one had ever touched before. The last time it happened was 1972, over 50 years ago. And in the deepest point of our own ocean, the Mariana Trench, only 5 people have ever been. 5. In the entire history of humanity. Think about that comparison. The moon is 384,000 kilometers away. Reaching it took rockets, spacesuits, years of preparation, and billions of dollars. The Mariana Trench is right here, on this planet. A few hours by ship from the coast of the Philippines, and yet more people have walked on the moon. But that's only the beginning of the paradox. We have detailed maps of Mars, images with 25-centimeter resolution of every valley, every crater, every rock on the red planet. We've sent probes to Pluto, 7 billion kilometers away. We have photographs of galaxies billions of light years away, places we will never, under any circumstances, reach alive. And at the same time, 75% of our own ocean floor remains unexplored, dark, unknown, never seen by a human eye. This is where a question I can't stop asking myself begins. Why? Who makes that decision? Why do we spend trillions staring at stars we'll never reach, while beneath our feet, literally beneath our feet, there are worlds we've never seen? Maybe the answer is more complicated than we think. Maybe there's a reason. Maybe there's something down there that changes everything. Let's start from the beginning. In 2017, the scientific world made an announcement that barely made the news. A new continent had been discovered, not on another planet, not in some distant galaxy, here, on Earth. A continent roughly the size of the Indian subcontinent, almost as large as Europe, that almost no one had ever seen, because it's underwater. It's called Zealandia. It spans about 5 million square kilometers in the Pacific Ocean, right next to New Zealand, Australia, that part of the world. 94% of it lies beneath the waves. Only its highest points break the surface, and we know them as New Zealand and New Caledonia. The islands we see on the map are actually the mountain peaks of a sunken continent. It sank roughly 23 million years ago. Slowly, over geological epochs, it slipped beneath the waves and vanished from the planet's visible history. But why does this matter? Because Zealandia explains one of the oldest and strangest questions in biology. Why is Australia so different from everywhere else on this planet? Think about it. If you travel from Europe toward Asia, species change gradually. Wolves, bears, tigers, different species, but recognizable, connected. Evolution has followed a familiar path. Then you reach Australia, and everything changes. Kangaroos, koalas, wombats, Tasmanian devils, echidnas, animals that exist nowhere else on the planet. Animals that look like they came from another world. Mammals that lay eggs. Marsupials you won't find anywhere else. Why? Because Zealandia sank and severed the land bridge. Australia was left alone, isolated, cut off from the rest of the world for tens of millions of years. And in that isolation, evolution took a completely different path. Life on this planet is so different across a few thousand kilometers because a vanished continent lies hidden beneath the water. An entire continent. Officially discovered in 2017. in the 21st century. With all our technology, our satellites, our telescopes that can see to the edge of the universe, we discovered an entire continent on our own planet less than 10 years ago. And here we have to ask the question, if we didn't know about an entire continent until 10 years ago, what else don't we know? But let's leave the ocean for a moment, because there's another place on Earth that hides its secrets almost as well as the ocean floor. And it's not underwater, it's under sand. Today, the Sahara is the largest hot desert on the planet, 9 million square kilometers, an endless sea of sand and rock stretching across all of North Africa. A place where temperatures hit 50 degrees Celsius, where it doesn't rain for months, sometimes years. But thousands of years ago, this place was something entirely different. If you could travel back 10,000 years and stand exactly where the dunes of the Sahara rise today, you probably wouldn't even recognize where you were. There would be no desert in front of you. You would see lakes, rivers, and grassy plains moving with thousands of animals. Scientists call it the Green Sahara, a period when the harshest desert on the planet was fertile land. The evidence is everywhere, if you know where to look. In the heart of today's desert, in places where there isn't a drop of water for hundreds of kilometers, scientists have found fossilized remains of crocodiles, of hippopotamuses, of fish over a meter long, creatures that cannot survive without constant, deep water sources. On the rock walls of Tassili Najjar, in present-day Algeria, thousands of carvings have been discovered. Giraffes, herds of elephants, people swimming in lakes, hunters chasing antelope. Carvings made by people who lived there 6,000 to 10,000 years ago. People who looked out at a green, living land, where today we see nothing but sand to the horizon. Ancient settlements have been found too. Tombs, traces of organized communities that once lived along rivers and lakes, long since buried beneath the sand. And in recent years, satellite radar technology, capable of seeing through sand, has revealed something even more astonishing. Traces of ancient rivers, lakes, and even structures hidden beneath the dunes, invisible to the naked eye, waiting decades to be discovered. What happened? Why did paradise become the harshest desert on the planet? Scientists believe the cause is a shift in Earth's axial tilt, a slow, cyclical change that occurs roughly every 20,000 years and moves monsoon rains to different parts of the planet. 10,000 years ago, those rains fell over North Africa. Then, slowly, over centuries, they shifted south, and the Sahara dried out. Not in a single day, not within one human lifetime, but fast enough on a geological scale to erase an entire ecosystem, and likely entire human communities from the face of the earth, leaving only traces beneath the sand. We see a desert, but beneath that sand may lie entire lost worlds, buried for thousands of years, waiting for the next satellite, the next archaeologist, the next discovery to show us just how little we know, even about the ground beneath our own feet. And if an entire ecosystem, an entire civilization, can vanish beneath the sand without leaving a trace in our memory, what else have we forgotten? Lost rivers beneath the sand, sunken continents beneath the ocean. But the most incredible place we've ever found water is neither of those. In 2014, scientists analyzed a tiny diamond brought up from hundreds of kilometers beneath the Earth's crust, from the planet's own mantle. And inside it, they found something unexpected: water. Locked inside a mineral at a depth where no liquid should exist. The calculations revealed something staggering. If this reservoir extends throughout the mantle, there may be 3 times more water beneath our feet than in all the oceans on the surface combined. The Earth doesn't just hide lost rivers beneath the sands of the Sahara. It hides entire oceans deep within its own flesh, And if so much remains hidden even in the solid matter of our planet, what remains hidden at the bottom of the ocean, where we've barely set foot at all? 1977, the Pacific Ocean. A small submersible named Alvin descends. 3 people inside, a steel sphere less than 2 meters across, about the size of a small bathroom. No connection to the surface except a thin cable. No quick way out if something goes wrong. They descend. 500 meters, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, 2,500 meters down. Light disappears around 200 meters. After that, absolute darkness. Darkness unlike anything that exists on the surface. Not just dim, zero light, nothing. Only Alvin's headlights carve out a small circle around the submersible. The pressure outside is 250 times greater than at sea level. If that steel sphere cracked, even for an instant, the 3 people inside would be gone before they could react. And in that darkness, in that pressure, in that cold, they see something that shouldn't exist. Light. Not their light, another light. Bluish white, flickering, rising from the ocean floor. They move closer, and they see cities. Not human ones, but cities in the truest sense. Massive mineral chimneys rising from the seabed like skyscrapers, some over 60 meters tall. Water erupting from them at over 400 degrees Celsius. Black, laced with toxic sulfur, with heavy metals, with substances that would kill any known creature instantly. Scientists later named them black smokers. And around them, life. Not bacteria, not microbes. Life. Giant tube worms up to 2 meters long, white as snow, rising from the seabed like flowers in a garden. Blind shrimp with no eyes, because eyes are useless where there's no light, sensing heat with their entire bodies. White crabs covered in something that looks like silk. Octopuses. Fish shaped like nothing any biologist had ever seen. Entire ecosystems. Thriving, alive, in total darkness, in a toxic environment, under pressure that crushes metal. Jack Corliss, one of the scientists aboard Alvin, later said that when he first saw the black smokers and the life surrounding them, he stopped breathing, literally. For a moment, he couldn't believe his eyes. He surfaced and said something to his colleagues that they didn't fully grasp at the time. I think we just saw where life on Earth began, because what they had found overturned everything. Until 1977, we held one fundamental belief: life needs the sun. That was an axiom, a basic law of biology. The sun provides energy. The energy feeds the plants feed everything else. The entire food chain begins with the sun. Around the black smokers, there is no sun, no photosynthesis, no plants. There is something else. Bacteria that convert toxic sulfur into energy, a process called chemosynthesis. And around these bacteria, an entire ecosystem had built itself. Independent, self-sustaining, completely cut off from the sun and from everything we consider essential to life. Life had found a way where we were absolutely certain it was impossible. And here, science pauses for a moment and asks a question it cannot ignore. If life can exist without sunlight, without oxygen, in a toxic environment and under crushing pressure, why couldn't it exist beneath the ice of Europa, Jupiter's moon, where there's a liquid ocean under kilometers of ice? Why not in the underground water reservoirs of Mars? Why not on hundreds of worlds in our galaxy that, until yesterday, we considered uninhabitable? One discovery at the bottom of our own ocean changed the entire field of astrobiology. It changed how we search for extraterrestrial life. It changed the very definition of the word life. We didn't search for alien life among the stars and find it there. We found it here, on this planet, in the darkness beneath the waves. And if this exists here, what else is hiding down there that we've never seen? Part 5. The Big Revelation. Go back for a moment to that image from 1969. Neil Armstrong stands on the moon looking back at Earth. A blue ball wrapped in white. Fragile, alone, beautiful in the endless darkness of space. That image changed the way we see ourselves. We realized how small we are, how vulnerable, how unique this planet is in the vastness of the universe. But today, after everything we've seen, the ocean we barely know, the 8th continent discovered less than 10 years ago, water hidden deep within the mantle, life thriving without the sun, I think we've been asking the wrong question. For decades we asked, are we alone in the universe? And we turned our gaze upward, toward the stars, toward distant galaxies, toward signals from civilizations thousands of light years away. We spent trillions. We built telescopes that can see to the edge of the visible universe. We sent probes beyond the boundaries of our solar system. While here, beneath us, a few kilometers down, in absolute darkness and silence, entire worlds existed that we knew nothing about. Without needing us, without sunlight, without air, without anything we consider essential to life. We mapped Mars at 25-centimeter resolution, but 75% of our own ocean floor remains unexplored. And if we didn't know about an entire continent until 10 years ago, what else don't we know? What other Zealandia is waiting to be discovered? What other forms of life, ones we can't even imagine, inhabit depths where we've never sent a single vessel? What secrets about the very origin of life are waiting, not on Mars, not on Europa, but here, on this planet, in the darkness beneath the waves? Maybe the greatest discovery in human history isn't waiting for us among the stars. Maybe it's waiting for us at home. We just have to dare to look down. And now I'd like to hear what you think. Why do we know more about the surface of Mars than the floor of our own ocean? Is it coincidence, or is there something more behind the choices about what we explore? Share your thoughts in the comments. I genuinely want to read them. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. It helps the channel more than you'd think. And if this topic resonated with you, hit the bell so you don't miss the next story. If this story made you stop and look at the world around us a little differently, subscribe to the channel. And for those of you who love sinking into dark, atmospheric worlds where ancient secrets rise to the surface, my epic dark fantasy novel is now available on Amazon. You'll find the link in the description below. Thank you for listening with me. Until next time.